Okay, and now we are recording. So the first thing that I wanted to tell you, and this is something that I've been having to think a ton about lately, and I feel like this is going to be really beneficial for you guys to think about, but knowing your why. And not just, so I have a three-part or three areas of why that I want you guys to really think about, and I want you to write it down. But the first one is one that we talk about a ton. So know your why for coaching. Know your why for why you started, and then remember that your why should be evolving as you're going along. So if your why is different from when you started because of whatever you learned, that's normal. Mine has definitely changed a ton, and I was originally going to share it, like my why for coaching, but I'm not going to share it right now because I don't want to take up a ton of time. But I know there's definitely like different parts of my why. Yes, it's about the accountability. Yes, it's about the team. And it's also about kind of just that whole like friend support aspect of it, which is a big part of my why. But there's more, and I apologize, I'm not going to share it all with you today. But I do think that's one that we talk about a lot. But there's two other whys that I really want you guys to think about. And we talk about rank advancement a lot, but I want to know your why for your rank advancement. So if you want to become Emerald, I want you to have a reason that you want to become Emerald. I will share briefly, my why right now that I've set for next year at Summit is I want to become 2-star Diamond. And the reason that I want to do that is not just for the recognition, it's because that I want to be able to have that kind of leadership. I want to be able to have that kind of carry over into, your guys' lives and help you see that development and grow and make those gains and those personal changes in your life. And I want to be a part of that. So that's my why for rank advancement. And when I have that kind of connection and that drive, I'm going to be connecting that much more and working that much harder to make sure that I am that leader that is going to get you where you need to be. So it's awesome to want to be Emerald, but you need a reason for why you want to be Emerald. And it can be anything, but you need to have a reason so that you know that you're going to hold yourself responsible to work towards it. And then the third why I want you to think about is knowing your why for hitting Success Club. So it's not, I'm sorry, but I don't think a good enough why to hit Success Club is just to see that number grow on the screen. I mean, if that motivates you and you love to see numbers go up, like that's cool. But for me, Success Club is about so much more than that. I know what it meant to me when I got that challenge pack, and I know how that challenge pack changed my life. I know that transformation that had on me, and I want to see that impact in 3 to 5 lives every month. I want my challengers to grow like that, and I want to be able to present that in, their lives. So for me, Success Club isn't just about getting the numbers, but it's about providing that support to have those kind of results. So I don't want people that are just going to be a quick sale. I want to have that connection, and I want to make sure that they're going to get what I want for them out of that. So know your why for coaching, know your why for rank, and then know your why for Success Club, because that's going to be what focuses you when you get really stressed out, because that's going to bring you back to where you want to be. Okay, so then we talked a ton about growing your team, building your business, and getting challengers. And I think a huge part of that we talk about it. We talk about this. We talk about how we should be connecting with people and building relationships and like doing all this stuff. But I think that that's really hard to stay focused on when you're stressed because you're not hitting Success Club and you're doing all these things and you think you're building these relationships and you're just not getting the results. And you have to remember that the results are going to come after like 4 to 6 weeks from you putting in the work. So if you start today trying to build those relationships, good for you if the person tomorrow signs up for that challenge pack. But I'm going to bet that they don't trust you enough unless they already know that they want this, and now you're just giving them a way to buy it. But you need to do things. So one thing they talked about was the invite funnel. Again, don't worry about writing all this down because I will type it all up, so I don't want you guys to get too distracted. I really just want you to listen. But they talked about the invite funnel. And this was just a really cool way to kind of put the pieces together for how you should be building relationships. So the first thing you want to do, the top of your funnel, you got to lay the foundation. So you've got to be sharing your journey. You have to be getting people interested in what you're doing. You have to be proving that this works. And even if it's not giving you physical results, you're posting about how happy you are, or how, your digestion feels better, or that you're motivated, to get up and work, that you have more energy, whatever it is. People want to know that this is real because you're a person that's happening. So lay that foundation. The next step you're going to have is you're going to invite people to become your friend, and you're going to reconnect with other people. You have to start sending those hey girl messages, liking those photos, commenting on statuses, and you have to do it from a place of genuinely just wanting to connect. Don't think about your potential sale. Don't think about commenting on people because you really think that they're going to make a good challenger. No, you want to get to know them. Because, and you know what, I'm going to wait because I'm going to come back to it later. So you just want to get to know people. Then you're going to invite them to a free group. You don't have to have as much of a connection with a free group because you really have nothing weighing on that. If they say yes or no, that's great. And you're just continuing to build that relationship. You're offering them something. You're not asking them for anything. So that's just going to help you build the relationship. Then they're going to do awesome in your free group, or they're not, and you're just going to keep reconnecting. But the next step is then to invite them to your challenge group. Then you're reaching out and you're inviting them to join something that they do kind of have to give you something to be able to join it. Or maybe they bought something in the past from somebody else, and that's totally your call whether or not you're okay inviting them into your group if they're not directly buying anything from you. Personally, I take it case to case, and if I truly believe someone is going to be motivated and really wants to work on my team and doesn't have a connection with their coach, I'm probably going to let them on, because if they're ready to go, I'm not going to kill their spirits because I'm like, oh yeah, you don't want to pay me $150? Never mind. Like, you don't want to kill that. So you kind of have to just play it person to person. Then from there, if they're rocking out your challenge, that's when you're going to invite them to that coaching opportunity call with you. That's when you're going to start asking them about that. And that's when you're going to invite them to a sneak peek. So that is the ideal funnel for how you want to do everything. Now, think about how long that takes. That's not like, you're not going to do that in a week. So that's what I'm saying. When you, I know Carly, for example, you spent tons of time reconnecting with people last month. This is the month that all that work is going to pay off. So who cares if you didn't hit Success Club last month? You know what? This month is Team Cup, and all of that work that you put in, that didn't go without result. That is going to come. You just have to be patient. A huge part of this business is patience. So that's coming in. The next thing you want to do when you are personally messaging someone, let me quick find, because I know I wrote this down so that I could come back to it. When you are taking the time to personally message someone, I want you to think about a couple things. So take your coach hat off. Forget the challenge pack, forget the sale, forget whatever. You're just talking to them about their goals. You can say you have a fitness accountability group and maybe they're interested. Okay, you've opened the door to that, but really find out what their goals are. People don't want a solution unless they have a problem. So yes, some people are unhappy with their weight. Yes, some people have already realized they need a solution and you kind of have the answer for them because they're already struggling. Not everyone that you go to is already going to be struggling. Some people already have a workout routine and they're very happy with their workout routine. Some people already have meal plans and they're very happy with their meal plans. But everyone is struggling with something. And the key to your success is going to be being able to dig that out of your conversation. So that's when you're going to move in. So maybe they have all these pieces in place with meal prepping, meal planning, or their fitness routine, and they're going to the gym and doing all that stuff, but they're still not happy with their body image. Personal development. Hey, you've got a solution for that. Hey, your accountability group doesn't just provide a program and a meal plan. Your accountability group provides support. Your accountability group provides personal development so that by the time they come out of it, they're going to be happy with their body no matter what it looks like. You're giving them a way to put in 3 to 4 weeks of hard work that maybe they've been doing for 6 months, and they're just not feeling good about it. But you know what? At the end of your group, they're going to feel really good about it after just 30 days. So they did 6 months of work and they still feel like crap. But guess what? You're not offering them a new meal plan or a new fitness program. You're offering them a way to feel good about their results no matter what they are. So when you're having those personal conversations and you're not thinking like a coach, you're just thinking like a human, you're thinking about what they need, and that's when you're going to offer it to them. So if you know it is like the meal prepping or the fitness thing, maybe 21 Day Fix is going to be an easy sale, but you're going to reach so many more people when you stop thinking about that aspect of it and stop closing in on meal prepping and fitness and just leaving it open-ended and connecting with them and figuring out what they need. And it might not be you, and that's fine, but at least you're leaving them with the impression that you weren't just messaging them because you like wanted a quick sale. You're messaging them because you want to reconnect and you want to know more about them. So take the focus off you, take the focus off what you're offering, and find out what they want or what they need from you and kind of spin it there. So you don't have to be super wordy. You can leave it really general, short, brief, open-ended, and just kind of really find out what they're thinking. And just keep emphasizing that value, because if you present them with something they can object to, you're starting that conversation off on a no, and now you have to rewind and get out of there. But if you wait to offer them something until you know that they need it, you're not going to have as many objections to kind of clean up after the fact. So I hope that makes sense. But that's why I say, like, it does take a lot longer than just that cold invite. And yes, you can get results from that. I'm not discounting that. But if you want to get a higher volume of results, you have to dig deeper, and that does take time. So you really need to be patient with that. The other thing is, be more than Beachbody. 80-20 rule all the way. You need to be posting about your life. You need to be posting that you do other things besides coaching. You need to be posting that you do other things besides working out, because you know what? If I hate working out, I don't want to be part of your group, because that's all you do and that's all I'm seeing. And why would I want to join something that I don't like doing? But if you're a person that works out, but you also like to drink wine, that's something I like to do. And if you can work out and drink wine, like, I'm kind of on board with you. And then you like to play with your dog. And then you like to go on trips, and you like to travel, and you like to do all these other things. And you're doing all those things that I like to do while you're working out. Guess what? I'm sold. I want to be doing what you're doing, because you're doing everything I like, and you're having fun, and you're getting in shape. So really, really, yes, you can sprinkle coaching into those things. And yes, you can sprinkle your meal prepping and your working out into maybe something else that you're doing. But it's all about being more than Beachbody. So 80% of the time, they shouldn't be seeing you posting just about your challenge group. They need to be seeing more of you to know that you're a real person. And that's how you're going to warm up that cold market. So the other thing, you need to be consistent. So this is something that I think is going to hit home with a lot of you, especially those of you that have really struggled with that balance in your life between coach and job, mom, having friends, having a social life. You don't want to be buried in your phone. And there's a couple reasons for that. First of all, if you're constantly connecting on social media, you're not connecting in real life. And truly, yes, you look really good on Facebook, and maybe you can get people to join you, but all of a sudden those people start to see that you in real life are distracted, unfocused, don't care about talking to you, you're always on your phone. Like, they don't want to be part of that. And I'm sorry, like, if any of you are constantly seeing that all I'm doing is sitting on my phone and burying my head in Facebook, you're not going to want that. You don't want that life. Nobody wants that life, because you can't keep up with that life. So that's the difference between a coach to a CEO. If you really want to build this business, you have to stop stressing out. And one of the biggest ways you can do that is I know we've all said we need to do this, but you need to do it. You need to set yourself business hours. I don't care if that's 1 hour a day. You need to put that in your calendar. It can be different every day, but you need to set aside 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours every single day, and you need to be consistent about keeping that time. It's the same thing. If my boss tells me to be there at 8 a.m. in the morning and I'm not showing up at 8 a.m. in the morning, guess what? I'm probably going to get fired. So if you tell yourself you're going to show up at 8 in the morning, but you don't, then you're not really setting yourself up for success, because then you know what? You have to play catch up later in the day when you're supposed to be doing your mom duties or your real job or whatever. You're not going to be able to keep up with it, and it's going to stress you out, and you're going to be on your phone all the time trying to message people back because you didn't show up during your hour. So you need to set hours. Another thing that this really hits home with is you're being consistent in your availability. People need to know that, if I need to talk to Jamie, if I need to talk to my coach, Jamie, I know that she's always on Facebook at 8 o'clock in the morning. And if I need to message her, that's what time I need to be there. And if I'm not there, I need to message her before that so she can get my message and respond to me. They need to know when they can come to you. And it doesn't have to be like you tell them, oh, you could always come to me at 8 o'clock in the morning, Monday through Friday, and that's when I'll be available. No, you don't have to tell people that. They start to see that pattern. So if they constantly see you, like, for example, I know that Ashley Smith always has a post in her group between 5 to 7 a.m. every single morning, even when we were at Summit. I can count on that post every single day. I know that it's going to be there, just like your challengers know that you're showing up at, 5 p.m. every day, and they see you showing up on Facebook, so they know if they need to get a hold of you, they can. So you need to be consistent in your availability, because if you're not, it's going to drive you crazy, because you're going to feel like you have to message people around the clock. Don't do that. Be willing to customize your strategies. There is no one good way to do absolutely anything in this business, and one way does not work for everybody. Actually, the same way isn't going to work for anybody. You have to be able to customize, and if you're in a position where you're trying to become a leader and you want to build your team, you have to be able to help your coaches problem solve. You have to be able to help your challengers problem solve.
I'm not laughing at you.
I know you're laughing at James or at Lexi. She's so cute. I noticed that too. I was watching.
I tried to put her to bed and she wasn't having it.
No, that's okay. She can join us. She's going to be a coach someday, so she needs to hear this. But you do need to be really flexible. I just had a girl, I know Jamie, you know her, Alex Blevins, in our challenge group. And she messaged me because she's like, okay, I want to do this 21-day fix thing, but I'm a nurse and I work nights. And when does my day start? Does it start at midnight? Because I'm going to be in the middle of a shift and I'm going to go to sleep at like 8 a.m. when I get off work. And then I'm probably not going to wake up till 4 p.m. in the afternoon. So do I have to get all my meals in like while I'm supposed to be sleeping? And I was like, I literally messaged her back and I was like, I actually really like that you asked me that question because I have no clue what you're supposed to do. And this is a fun challenge as a coach because now I get to figure it out. So I'm going to figure out how to handle this because I do want you to be successful and I know you can, but I don't know how to get you there. And we need to be flexible. We need to figure this out. It's the same thing with a coach. Yeah, you want to be successful, but guess what? You're working 3 jobs and you have a kid and you like have no free time because when you're not working, you're constantly traveling. Guess what? We got to get creative and we have to figure out how to be successful because you still can be. There is a way for every single person to be successful, but you have to be coachable and you have to be able to be flexible as the leader, as the coach for your challenger, as the leader for your coaches to help them figure that out because those are the things that not everyone's going to have an answer to and you need to be able to help problem solve with that. Let's see. So a couple hangups that they talked about that you are going to start feeling really shitty about this business a lot of the time. And there's a common theme between most of the reasons that you're going to feel shitty. So you decide you're not feeling the products. Like you're not feeling doing these workouts. You'd rather go to the gym. Or you're not feeling like the size program, or you're not feeling Country Heat, or whatever it is, you're not digging Shakeology, you're not liking the meal plan, you need to find a way to get over that. So you need to find a way to fit Beachbody into your life, or fit those products back into your life, because honestly, if you don't like the products and you don't believe in them, why are you coaching? Like you got to figure out a reason, because there's a reason that we're all here, and there's a reason we were all drawn to the product. So even if it's not that you like them right now, they probably helped you start something. So figure it out. Get over that. You're not loving the business, and it's probably because you're stressed out, because you're always on your phone. Everyone's mad at you because you're not there, or you're not showing up, or you're not watching America's Got Talent. That's what Dan gets mad about. Or you're not like cooking dinner till 10 o'clock at night because you're coming home from work, whatever. Yeah, I'm going to hate the business because it's ruining my life because everyone's mad at me. So I need to figure out a way to set my hours so that doesn't happen. It doesn't mean I'm supposed to quit. That's not a sign I'm supposed to quit. That's a sign that I need to figure out a better way to do this so that I'm not feeling like that all the time. You're afraid to sell the products. I hate to break it to you, but we've all bought them at some point. Y'all signed up to be a coach. So at some point you bought something. So there's a reason you bought it, and it's probably not because somebody was a really good salesperson, although I know somehow Jessie convinced Pam to buy PiYo, even though she didn't like the program, and for some reason Pam said yes. Don't know how that happened, but really you do need to find a way to take it away from
selling. Really fast. I don't even remember doing that until someone said that, and I'm like, but what's funny also, today something in my newsfeed popped up. I screenshot it.
Hi, Kristen.
Hi,
I was
Chloe.
going to share it, but one of the things that popped up in my thing is literally, like, I even posted, I was a new coach. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just doing what I thought I was supposed to. And I posted like a total sales, like, post. Like, it literally was just 21-day fix. Like, it's on sale, buy it, pretty much. And I was like, I can't believe I ever thought that was like what I should be doing. So
Yeah.
I was just stupid. But it was funny to find out, Pam told me this weekend that she bought PiYo. I'm like, why would you have bought PiYo from me? I don't even remember ever promoting that program. And she's like, yeah, you told me you love it and you were doing it. I was like, I definitely was not doing that. I like drenched in sweat. I did 2 of those days. And that's what I usually tell people. It's a good program, but I personally don't love yoga, and I don't like doing things for like ever. And even with Country Heat right now, same thing. I tell people people are getting awesome results. If you don't like weights, and if you like dancing and just want to lose weight while having fun, then that's an awesome program for you. But I also tell them right now, like, I'm more of someone that likes lifting, so I will not be doing the whole thing because that's just not something I like.
Well, and there was something that Shaun T had a really, really good speech, and one thing he talked about was transparency. I think I said that right. I don't know, transparency, something.
Yeah, that's right.
So basically he said, like, okay, if your house is glass and you're walking around like naked, does everyone know you're walking around naked? Like, are you telling people this, or are you telling them something else? So if you're telling somebody that you're doing something and you're not, you're lying. Like, you're lying to them, and it's eventually going to come out because you can't keep that up. So you need to be truthful in what you're saying. And like Jessie said, like, she does not like PiYo. That doesn't mean she can't get somebody that does like PiYo into one of her challenge groups. It just means that she's not, again, the next time, she's not going to lie and tell people she's doing that, because then they're going to see that she's getting these results and have to tell them, like, yeah, those didn't come from PiYo. I don't do that. I'm not going to get results from that. And then they're going to be like, oh, okay, I'm out. Like, goodbye. I don't want you as my coach anymore because you're a liar. But you don't have to be like afraid to sell the products, because remember, you're not selling a product. You're selling like a lifestyle change. You're selling something new. Like I had a challenger who joined me when she was going through infertility, and she was, not able to get pregnant, and she had already gone through a miscarriage, and it was like killing her spirits. It was stressing out her marriage. It was doing a whole lot. And she was gaining weight, and she was unhappy, and she couldn't get pregnant. And so finally I was like, you know what? Just join me and forget about it for a while. And you know what? 3 months in, she got pregnant. She has a beautiful baby girl right now. And maybe that would have happened without this, but I know that her entire attitude changed with that program, because she was happy again. She focused on something else. She wasn't thinking about it. And then her life transformed. That's what I'm selling. That's what I want to give people. I don't care if it's that big of a transformation. It might just be somebody that's super happy that their jeans can get zipped up. And that's good enough for me because that's something that they wouldn't have had without it. That is why you shouldn't be afraid to sell, because you're not selling the product. You're selling a lifestyle change, and you're going to figure out what they need, and you are going to deliver that. And if you can't deliver that, you're going to find them somebody that can. Another hang up, you want it, but you don't want to work for it. And I'm sorry, if you're not willing to work, you're really not going to go that far in the business because you're not going to get it. So if you're not willing to put in the work, you're just not going to get that. So you have to figure out if it's something that you want, and then you have to decide to work for it. Another thing is you're just not as comfortable with yourself, and you care about what other people think. You're going to hold yourself back from posting. You're going to hold yourself back from being real, from being raw, and from letting people see the real you, because that's who they want to work with. So you need to do some personal development. Go back to find a book, find something, talk to somebody who, believes in you and really has that faith that you can do this, because you need them to build you up till you get to a point where you stop caring if somebody doesn't like your post, or if somebody doesn't like you messaging them. Who cares? That's on them. That's not on you. You're coming from a point of wanting to help. You're not coming from a point of, hey, I really would love to send 50 messages today so I can annoy everybody on my Facebook page. No, you want to help them. And when you start to have that attitude, you're going to start to get those results from people, because you're not going to care about the no's. You're not going to care about the rejection, because it really doesn't matter. They're not affecting what you're doing, and they're not going to kill your spirits. You're waiting for somebody else to build your business for you. You're waiting for somebody else to come to you. You're waiting for a challenger to see what you're doing and say that they're ready to join you. You're holding yourself back from inviting. You're waiting for your coach to tell you how to get new challengers. You're waiting for your coach to tell you how to get new coaches, and you're not doing, leadership trainings, or you're not doing trainings to, how to recruit more people, or you're not seeking out the information yourself. And I'm not saying that it's not okay to have somebody help you out, but if you're not sitting in that driver's seat and really pushing yourself to do the work, and you're sitting back and waiting for somebody to come with you, with a call, or with, this new training or something that has all the answers that you want, you're holding yourself back, because you could be a lot further if you didn't wait for it to come, because it can happen right now, or it can happen when somebody does that 2 months down the road, but you've wasted 2 months waiting for that to come pop onto your news feed or whatever. And then the last thing is you're letting negative people affect your commitment level. You're letting people that are saying you can't do it, saying that this is probably not your thing, or, you're just not as good as that person, or, you really just don't have that connection, or you're really just, you're good at working out, but maybe you're not a good leader. No, shut up. If you want to be that leader, you can be that leader. You can be the coach somebody needs. You're just reaching out to the wrong people, and you need to find those people to go from. So don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it, because if you let them tell you can't do it over and over and over, pretty soon you're going to quit because you don't think you can. So I'm telling you that you can. And if you ever don't believe me, then you know what? You can quit. That's fine. I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to tell you every single day, but every once in a while, I'll remind you. But you can. You can do it. Every single one of you can. And I wouldn't have you here on this call or here on my team if I didn't think that you could do it. So we'll just say that. The last thing is 5 things you're selling. When you're selling the coaching opportunity, think about incorporating these into your posts. You're selling freedom. You're selling time. You're selling finance. You're selling people, and you're selling a purpose. So bring it back to those 5 things. Stop adding everything into it. And then remember, not everybody cares about all 5 of those things. If I'm trying to sell the money aspect to somebody with a full-time job that's making a 6-figure income, they're not going to want to join me, because they're like, why should I? The money to me is not a thing, because I do have a full-time job. I don't need it. I'm not looking yes, it's great to make more money. Well, don't we all want to be able to pay off all our bills and never have to have any again? That's wonderful. But I can afford to pay my bills. So that's not what's driving me to this, and that's not what's driving some people. Some people have all the time in the world, and they don't care about having extra free time. So if you're selling time to them, guess what? They fell asleep like 10 minutes ago because they don't really care about that. You're not selling them something they want. If they need a purpose in life, you can sell them that. That's, I think, one thing that most people in life can want, to have a purpose. They might think that they know their purpose, but there's going to be something there. So when you go back to that conversation, figure out where that struggle is, figure out where they're lacking, and then jump in with that. So wait. Don't present the business too soon. Wait till you figure it in, and then you're going to have that moment like, I got it. I know what you want, and now I'm here to present it to you. I've been waiting for that in, and now you've already got their attention because they've told you what you want or what they want, and you're going to tell them how you can give that to them. So wait for that. Don't be too quick to jump in and sell them the 21-day fix if they don't need to lose any weight fast. Maybe they want PiYo. Maybe they want Insanity Max 30. Who knows? But wait till you find out what they want before you sell them something, because you'll be so much more successful.
Are you under the impression you can't lose weight quick with PiYo? Because that was my first program.
No, sorry.
I lost
Yes.
20 pounds on that.
No, you can. Sorry. That's not what I meant, but I'm just saying, like,
I feel like everyone's hating on PiYo lately.
Sorry. I was just talking. No, it's because I actually had a challenger that I tried to sell the 21-day fix to, and she didn't want to join my group. And she came back to me a month later and said, hey, I've been researching PiYo, and I actually think that's something I might be interested in. So I might like to join your group if I can do that. So that's honestly why that's on my mind. I have nothing against PiYo. I love that program. I've seen really good results, and it's super fun. So no, I'm not discounting that. I just have that on my mind, so I apologize. But just that, I'm just saying that you really, before you lead with whatever's on sale for the month, you just need to kind of lead from or find out what they want. So it takes a little bit longer, which is why you need to be willing to put in the work ahead of time and not expect those quick results. So it takes patience. I think that's the majority of what I have, and I know it's going to cut me off. But I want to just leave you with a really quick update. I had I swear to God, I was on the phone with Pam for like 3 hours today, and we just came up with like a really solid plan, and I want to tell you a couple things. I will be running 2 groups every month with her. We are going to be starting a new group every other week, and our purpose for that is so that we always have a group to offer somebody when they come to us, and they don't have to wait a month to jump in on it, which I think is going to help us continually be working towards Success Club. With that being said, to all my coaches, all of you out there, I want you to pair up with your success partners, and I want you guys to be focusing on running your groups. I know that you're ready to do this, and I know it's a little nerve-wracking to run your own groups, but I really think you're all at a point where you can totally do it. If you want, I can add you into my group, but I don't want you adding your challengers in. But if you want to follow along and steal posts from our group or steal whatever you can, I want you in there so you can do that. So just let me know. And of course, I'm trying to be brief with my time. So if you have more questions about this, we'll definitely talk a little bit more about that and about the schedule. But that's what I'm going to do. The other thing I did today, I just made Google follow-up forms. I know Jamie and Erica, you're both in my Fit Club. I know Erica is. Jamie, I don't know. I think you are. Not 100%. Can you nod or shake if you are? Can you hear me? No, you're kind of okay. I don't know if you can hear me, but I know you.
I am in your Fit Club.
Okay, so I didn't know if maybe you froze, but I just posted today. I posted a Google form, and I pretty much I posted it and asked everybody for feedback. So if you open it up, I'll just briefly run through. It kind of just goes through what would you like to see more of. What do you like about my Fit Club? What programs might you be interested in hearing more of? Are you drinking Shakeology? If you're not, why aren't you drinking Shakeology? Would you be interested in the coaching opportunity? And would you be interested in hearing about how you can save money on Shakeology programs? So I put that for everyone in my Fit Club, and that's a really easy way. Google Forms are so cool. Pam had to school me on that today. But Yes, Jamie, I was actually thinking about that, and I would like to get you hooked up with somebody to run a group with. So I don't know if Carly, if you have somebody, if you guys want.
I don't have a success partner. I never have, to be honest. I've never
Okay,
had a
so
success-
I don't know if you guys want to work together.
Yeah.
And then Erica, I know you were talking to Joni, so if you guys haven't hooked up and you guys still want to, or whatever, just let me know. But I want to make sure that all of you have a success partner, because that's who you should be running your challenge groups with. I think that will help a ton. But I think having only 2 coaches in each group is going to be really awesome, because right now we just have so many coaches in the group. And I think it's a lot harder to stay organized and stay focused with that. So that's why I want you guys to do it. I'm not trying to like toss you off a ledge or anything, but I know that you're ready. And Jamie, I'm sorry, but you totally rocked this last month. So if you're going to tell me you're not ready, I don't know if I believe you. So you could totally do it. And I will help you. So I'm not letting you go, but I want you guys to take this because I think you're ready. So with that, so we'll be talking more about that. We will be running a free meal prep challenge on the 15th. I am going to make an invite for my group instead of sending messages. And in that invite, it's going to give people just a brief description about what it is and say, if you want to be in it, click join and I'll send you a message with details. That's going to weed out me having to send 100 messages, but I can still invite 100 people. And if you've been building connections, then people are going to hopefully respond to that.
Is that like where you like create the group beforehand and then?
No, it's an actual event invite.
Okay.
So I'll go over more. If you don't know how to do that, I can go over, but I don't want to talk about it here because I know it's going to kick me off soon. But I want to leave you with one more thing. I want to leave you with a quick quote. I hope it doesn't kick me off, but I want you to think about this. People will scorn your entrepreneurial choice in hopes of dragging you back into the herd so they can feel better about themselves. Okay? Think about that. People are going to put you down when they don't think that they can do it themselves, and they want to drag you right down there with them. Do not let them drag you down. Do not let them make you feel like you can't do it, because they're only trying to build themselves up because they don't think that they can get to the top